Welcome to this Business Office mini-series, and this is Leadership. I've had the great fortune over the years to teach many leadership classes in business and in consultancy. And I always start my leadership classes with a question. What are the factors that make a great leader? However, I think it's actually easier to come at it from the opposite angle. What do you recognise as bad leadership? And I'm sure we can all remember many managers that are actually really bad leaders. And unfortunately, I think the higher up you tend to get in business hierarchy, somehow the leadership skills seem to actually go down and not necessarily get better. But that's just my own opinion. I think when you talk about bad leadership, we come across those leaders that have no vision or no goal in mind, cannot communicate very well, in fact don't even come out of their office sometimes to communicate, that get caught lying, which is extremely bad when it comes to leadership. They're not honest, they blame others for their own failures, they're not very clear when they give commands, but they expect people to work harder than they do themselves. These are some of the things that make up bad leadership, and I'm sure you can list many, many more. So then if we turn that on its head and you think about then, okay, so what makes a good leader? Then some of the things come out. People with authentic authority make good leaders. Authentic is a key word in that. You have to be honest in the way that you approach your leadership. Having the ability to articulate a vision or a goal and know how to get there. These are some of the key things. So we'll start with that. A vision. Being able to articulate it well and know how to get there. If you're leading by the very nature of the word, you need to be leading people to get somewhere. And if you can't articulate a vision and know how to get there, then you're going to be a little stuck from a leadership point of view. Some other key things then. You need to be able to communicate well as a good leader. And communication is one of those success factors, if you like, that you can learn. Leadership is not naturally born. You can learn all of these. Communicate. And it's not just about communicating, too much communication, too little communication. It's about communicating appropriately and timely. A very simple acronym, CAT, to remember that. Communicate appropriately and timely in your leadership endeavour if you're driving people towards a goal. Other key things we've talked about, like honesty, recognising people's efforts, giving clear instructions and commands. These are all great leadership skills. I'm going to give you one very simple way to improve leadership skills, and it sort of starts with that communications. But understanding how other people receive communications is one of the skills, if you like, of leadership. Now, there's some great theory out there by Myers-Briggs. It's been out there for many, many years now. I'm going to take a very small part of that, which is extremely useful when you're moving down the track of leadership. And it's to look at how people receive communication. And the first view of that is, are they extroverted or are they introverted? Extroverted, introverted. If they're extroverted, don't send them emails all the time, never go and see them face to face. They're not going to enjoy that. They enjoy people talking to them face to face more so. Introverts, on the other side though, of course may prefer email conversations than you just walking into their office in the morning and starting to have a loud conversation with them. So appreciating that helps you change your communication style then to be able to approach them better, to build trust, to build the ability then for them to follow you, make it easy for them. The next aspect is, are they big picture people or are they detail orientated people, people that tend to like lists 72 pages long. So are they picture people or detail people? Again, you can adapt your communication then. If they're big picture, draw them a picture. Give them 3 or 4 bullet points in terms of the goal and the vision. If they're detail orientated, you have to give them the detail. Give them good information, a lot of information about what you're trying to achieve, because they will pay attention and read through it and feel more comfortable to support you in your leadership endeavours if they know the details behind what you're planning. These are some of the basic elements of good leadership, and I think inherently, of course, we've all been there with bad managers, bad leaders, sometimes good leaders, and we know that some of these things can help drive the success of your leadership forward. So that was a short introduction to leadership as part of the Business Office mini-series. Thank you very much for watching. So, who have you worked for in the past that you regarded as a good leader, and why?